John and Janet go to an antiques fair. Janet says, "Don't take too long getting ready, John."
"I'm nearly ready,"
says John. He's getting worse.
"I just have to put on my beauty spot."
John is dressed in a lilac frock coat, silver and black striped waistcoat, a frilly shirt and a powdered wig. John is a dandy and a popinjay. The antiques fair is in a very big hall. Janet says, "Why don't you go and play with the other children while I look around? Try not to get into trouble."
"I won't,"
says John. See John run round and round the hall, do big slides on his knees on the polished floor. When John is quite tired, he stops near a stall selling stamps. John likes stamps. The ladies running the stall introduce themselves as Mrs. Damone and Mrs. Lockett. John says, "I've some nice stamps at home stuck into..."
"I've some nice stamps at home..."
Just lost the character there for a moment. Sorry, love.
"I've some nice stamps at home stuck into an album."
And Mrs. Damone says, "Have you been collecting for a long time?" And John says,
"Yes, ever since I was very young."
And he said,
"I've some very nice Victorian stamps in an old album. I like the pretty purple ones best."
And Mrs. Lockett says, "If you've any of the purple Tannenbergs, I'd be very interested in seeing them." You have to be so careful with them, as the gum can cause discoloration if they're not mounted properly. Oh, God. Mrs. Damone says, "I have one here. It's not in very good condition. We say touched in the trade. But if you're interested, we could let you have one at trade price." And Mrs. Lockett says, "We also have some very nice correspondence from some of Louis XIV's court officials, if you like that sort of thing." Do you like spending money? John doesn't. John said,
"Thank you, I'll think about it,"
and hops and skips off to find Janet. And John sees Janet looking at an old washing mangle.
"Hello, Janet."
"Have you been a good boy?"
"Yes. I saw Mrs. Simone and Mrs. Lockett. Both ladies were very interested in my purple Tannenberg."
I thought that.
Even a slightly touched one. They said they didn't even mind a bit of gumming. Mrs. Simone said something a bit more subtle than a rough mounting would be needed to bring out the best. Mrs. Lockett said she also had a nice selection of French letters if I was interested in that sort of thing.
Do you know how to test an old washing mangle? Janet does. See Janet feed John's beard into the mangle. Hear the screams.